Welcome all to another exclusive show of Voice of Reason. I'm your presenter, Angelique. This is where empowerment and motivation is shown among the young people within and out of the community. Thank you to all our viewers for tuning in, and thank you if you're a new viewer today of watching us. Today on our platform, I have a special guest. Everybody's been wondering about this name called She's Virtuous. And well, today I have a blessing to receive a member of She's Virtuous. Hello, Miss Anais.
Hi, Angel.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you very much for accepting our invitation to come into the platform.
And thank you for the invite. I'm honored.
Thank you very much. You're looking good.
So are you.
So, can you give us the honor to introduce yourself to our viewers, those watching you for the first time?
Well, hi everyone. I'm Anais, and I'm part of She's Virtuous.
Wow, She's Virtuous.
Yes.
Before we go any further, everybody wanted to first of all know the name She's Virtuous.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of it?
Well, She's Virtuous come from a background of she is, and then virtuous. So a virtuous woman, somebody who's humble, a woman that's understanding, a woman who is noble, a woman who's knowledgeable. Just not only are we representing women of the Bible, we're representing Christ in our 21st century generation. So there's where She's Virtuous come from. She is virtuous. So not only are we just women who pray, but we're also women that believe in God, and we are representing Christ in everything that we do. So we are virtuous, just not preparation for just our own life, but preparation for the coming of Christ. So why not?
So, as you said, it's a group of young ladies. So why did you choose She's Virtuous in particular? Because you could have given it Woman in Power. You could have given it a different name, but why She's Virtuous?
I mean, She's Virtuous, I wouldn't classify it as a group, because when we say group, I would say more of, there are many ways that you can call group. We can say that a group is where young girls just gather for the sake of just talking and empowering each other, or we can say that a group is where just girls are just there just chilling. So the point, where I would say She's Virtuous is more of, we take it out of the group radar and we place it in a place where we say that we are an organization, a community, a rehab, a home, a safe haven for young women. So we are there to support young girls, and we are there to be there for one another. So the name comes from, is a biblical name. I mean, it's from the Bible, where you hear the virtues. Proverbs 31, a virtuous woman, she's noble, she's a diamond, she's a gem. So She's Virtuous, the name, where it came from is more of, I was just reading, and one day I was just doing research about women, and then I saw the name Virtuous, and I thought, why not Virtuous? And then She Is, so put it together. That's how the name came.
That's very good. Another thing probably the viewers right now watching us would say, if we look at the definition of virtuous, it says having or showing a high moral standard.
Of course.
Are you insinuating that you guys have higher standard than other groups or other young people like that have joined together to help the community? Are you guys saying that you are more sophisticated?
I wouldn't say we are more sophisticated than other groups. I wouldn't say that we are different from other groups. What more of it is that we are a Christian organization. That is one thing that needs to be pointed out. And we are not there to compete with any other women's ministries. We are not there to compete with any other women's organization. We are uniquely ourselves, and what we bring is we bring Christ into people. So therefore, it's not about competition. It's not about whether we are more sophisticated. It's more of what the content, that what we provide for the young women that approach us, for the young women that want our support, what we provide for them, that is what's different. But so there's no competition there.
So basically the name is trying to tell the young people this is the direction you will bring them.
Yes.
Okay, that's very good for our viewers to know.
Definitely.
Because, you know, the name also, we need to know the meaning and what it means as well.
Everyone needs to know the meaning.
So give us a little bit of background, because, you know, our viewers right now would like to know, how was She's Virtue? How did it come from a vision into reality?
I mean, when God gives you a vision, He also will give you the provision. But it's a matter of you being able to stand up and giving yourself, okay, God, you have entrusted me with this vision, and I want to do this for you, for your glory. Now, how am I going to do it? How am I going to come out of it? And it's a matter of firstly trusting God. Secondly is being able to stand up and say, okay, God, I'm putting this in your hands, and you called me, so that means you trust me enough to do it. Go forward, pray about it, and fast. I mean, I'm not going to say it was just something that happened overnight. I woke up and said, let me just do this. It's something that God spoke to me for many years from a very young age, and I refused. I was running away from it. And it got to a point where I said, you know what? God, you're calling me, and there's a purpose and there's a reason why you want me to do this. There's a reason why you want me to touch other young women. There's a reason why you want a young woman, not just only just to impact the Congolese community, but to also widen everything and to touch other people in other communities. So, I mean, through prayer and planning, which is very important, I always emphasize on it, through prayer and planning, and that's when the vision just started to give birth and everything. That's how we really started. It just started off with just me, myself, just praying and praying in my room, and then I suggested it to my other friends, and some of them came in and they said, yes, why not, let's start doing this and start doing this, and that's how it just started to grow.
So as you're speaking, I can really see that you're passionate, because you see somebody when they're talking about something that they have brought out or have gathered together, some of them would not have the passionate as the way you're saying it. So you developed this through your experience. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience of how you came into where you are now?
I mean, you mentioned something about passion.
Yes.
And my passion firstly comes from Christ, is the relationship that I have with God. And that relationship is what births the passion that I have for the ministry. And to see young women just not only just thinking, what is God? Who is God? Because a lot of girls can say, okay, I know about God, I want to know more about God, I don't know God, I don't understand. There's so much confusion about God. So that's where my passion comes from, that I want everybody else to understand, listen, being in Christ, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not boring. Being a Christian is not boring. Being a Christian, you can have fun. You can be motivated. You can still pray. You can still slay. You know, you're a young woman. You can still look nice. There's nothing wrong with it. But what you are doing is what you need to understand. Where you're coming from with it is what you need to understand. So it dates back to a lot of things that I've been through in life myself. That is where my life challenges, the tribulations I've been through, the trials, that is what's really brought out the more love that I have for the ministry. And it just encourages me and it motivates me to even motivate other young women as well. Yeah.
So when you saying about, you know, the tribulation, things that you've been through, can you give us, like, clearly be specific of what exactly, like a little short, you know, story of what you've been through? Because there's many watching you right now, some girls or even some male, we don't know who's watching us right now, but they might be going through some situation, and by you just giving that little small example might help them and touch them, and also, you know, you never know how God's work.
Fair enough. I mean, She's Virtuous is firstly a women's ministry, so we don't really focus on men. I'm sorry, men. We don't focus on men. So our focus is mainly young girls. You know, so we have our target, which is young women. And my story dates back to, I mean, when you say that I've been, to be Pacific, there is so much to be Pacific about, and there's so much to branch out and to cut down. But if I was to cut it down to where it comes from, it's more of like what God has brought me out of.
Yes.
I mean, firstly, I'm a victim of stabs. I've been stabbed before, and through my stabs is where I grew depression. I came from a background of depression. I suffered from depression a lot. I mean, in our community, when someone suffers from depression, it's like, oh my God, you're suffering from depression.
Yes.
But with me, I struggled with depression from the age of 13. And it's even from a younger age, but you know, let's cut it short. And depression really hit me really hard, and it hit me, and I grew up with it, and it's something that I was hiding away from family and everybody, and you know, it's really, really hard. And then afterwards, I mean, I was raped as well. I'm a victim of rape, and all of that, it's the heartache, the problems, the breaking, the scars, everything. It's just been molded all in one. And it's like, listen, you're being slapped in the face, but you have to pick yourself back up. And as much as all the pains that I've been through, I just don't allow it to stop me. So my story is what I look back at and say, okay, if I could come out of being stabbed, of the person trying to ruin my face, and then I come out of, I was raped, and then people say, oh my God, you was raped, that means you did this, but I can still stand, so that means there's something still for me out there.
Wow, that's really, really touching, and it's brave of you to really come out here and really speak about it, because there's many young people, young or even people in general, old or young, that are watching right now that they haven't gone through it, but they don't really express it or even talk about it, which is really good for us to really get that side of you.
It's something that is really hard to talk about. Nobody would ever come and say, this happened to me.
Especially in the community as well.
When you're African, you just don't say these things. It's a taboo. So if you say, it's like, what are you saying that for? Don't say they're not going to get married. It's a big taboo in our community, Trust.
Thank you for that. It's emotional. It's emotional. It's
don't
really
cry
emotional.
on me.
It's really emotional. Now, would you say you're the visionary of the group?
Yeah.
So how many of you are there?
Well, when you say how many, there's a lot of us. But there's some that are behind closed doors, and they do different things. I mean, we have a media department, we have the music department, we have the blogging department, which they look after the media. No, not the media, like the internet, like they write things, they write posts about God, prayers and everything. They respond to people's messages that they send to us. We have prayer line as well, and we have the prayer warriors as well. So we have like 4 different departments. And within me, I have my team, the support team, which is Samantha and Grace. Shout out Samantha and Grace. Grace lives in Birmingham, and Samantha lives in Manchester. Samantha is the assistant, and Grace is the secretary, so she deals with all the other things, which includes the finances and all of that. So there is mainly 3 of us all together that are working in front desk of She's Virtues, and then behind the desk there are 40 more.
Wow. Yeah. So are these all young people, or are they olders as well?
We have, our youngest one is, I believe, 20 or 21, and our eldest one is like 33.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's roughly how many of you?
Roughly as a group or as a team?
As a whole team.
As all of us add together, there's roughly 40.
Okay, that's very good. So you've spoken to us about you. You've spoken about how many people are in the group. Yeah. So in general, so all of you guys are young people.
Yeah, young.
That work together.
Yeah.
So there's people that are like, may ask a question. You're all under 25, we can say?
Not under 25, I would say under 30? Under 30, because we have someone who's over 30, but I would say under 30, yeah.
Since you're all under 13 or 30,
yeah.
It's a bit difficult for others to believe it, because, basically, yes, you've gone through tragedy in your life, and I would guess others also in the group have gone through some sort of tragedy along them line.
Of course. It
would be difficult for someone to take it a bit serious, because are there somebody also helping you guys, mentoring you guys? Is there a pastor? Are there a deacon or somebody that is older than you guys that is helping you guys to deliver this?
My first question will be what is serious? And what do you call serious? And what do you broad or classify as serious?
Yes.
Because when it comes to the things of God, it's not whether people are going to take you serious. It's about you yourself. How serious are you taking what God has called you into? That's the first thing. And with She's Virtues, we are serious with what we do. We are serious with what God has called us into. So it's not a matter of we're just playing games. It's not games. Being a Christian and serving God is not about play dates where one day you wake up and you decide not to serve, and the next day you decide not to serve. No, that's not the case. We do have a mentor, and our mentor does help us a lot and support us, but God has been there for us, and He's been helping us a lot, and definitely we are growing.
So what has been the difficulty when forming this group or even building this group, do you guys all have a good communication?
We have our motto that we always say, unity and love. Why love? Love, it builds all of us in our hearts, and we always say that when we have love for one another, I'll feel your pain, you'll feel my pain. So when I'm going through a lot, I know that when you pray for me, you're praying for me with love. You're not just going to pray for me, God help her, da, da, da. You're going to pray with me with love. You're going to listen to me when I'm telling you about my problems with love, and you're going to understand me with love. See, when someone's filled with love, there's a different way of understanding someone who's going through something. And unity, we say unity, why? Because the devil doesn't like unity. He comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy. So I mean, with unity, we have placed that barrier where, no, you are not stepping into our territory, devil. This is our territory. We are the children of God, so you can move this up, and we're gonna do us. And that's what we are. We are unity and love. So we have stuck by this, and we always pray about it, and that is something that keeps us together.
So would you say there have never been any conflict? Because it's a group of girls we're
There's
talking
always
about.
conflict. So with girls, there's always conflict.
So how do you guys deal with it? Are you the type of person that you feel like, you know, because we see many groups that have been formed before even she's Virtuous, and we have heard of many groups that have started and today they ended because of, you know, one person thought they had authority over the other. Would you say, how is your group? Is it like that, or how do you maintain it for it to not be like that?
Well, do you know, that is a really, really good question that you asked, and I love that you asked it. Do you know what works? Is that when you place God at the center of everything, everything will run smoothly. But there are also ways that God will allow you to run things smoothly. You as the leader, you have to allow God to break you and to lead you. Because I always say something, that as a teacher, you will never qualify as a teacher unless you're still a good student. So if you are willing to learn and to still be in the classroom to learn more, then you will become a good teacher. So therefore, I'm always constantly learning. There's nothing, I learn from my team, I learn from my girls, I learn from Grace, I learn from Sam. They still teach me. I'm still learning. As much as I'm also teaching them, they're also teaching me. So I believe that for us to be the way we are, there are conflicts. Sometimes we don't agree to things. We do have, you know,
like what?
Like let's say for instance that we want to do events, and like when we wanted to do the 15th of October. That was our first event, and we had a little disagreement about what we should wear, and you know, our outfits. Sister Samantha suggested we should all wear white, and Sister Grace suggested no, we should wear something else. I was like, no, we should do tops. So we had a disagreement. The normal disagreement, like, oh no, I want to do my nails, and then we got to a point where it's like, okay, hold on, everybody, we're gonna do this, and we ended up, you know, going with what Sister Samantha said by wearing white and purple. And then she gave her reasons why it was, and it was a strong point that she gave out. So we went with it. So there's always conflict, but I believe as myself that I'm always constantly learning. Patience is required. As a leader, you have to be patient. Even if you're an angry person, even if you have the biggest mouth and you can speak for the whole of UK, you have to calm down. You have to be at a place where, you know, where when somebody's telling you something, even if somebody's cussing you to your face, you just have to say, okay, I love you still, come here, I'm gonna cuddle you. You need a lot of patience, you need a lot of love, and you need to be very calm and very down and humble.
So you have that motherhood towards each and everyone. I've learned, respect.
Yeah, I've learned to apply motherhood in it. I've learned, not motherhood, I'm the mother, but I've learned to apply that humble, the love and everything. So whatever is thrown at me, you know, I take it and I'm like, okay, I respect it, and we go with it, and we help each other and we support each other, you know. So it's all about patience, love and being humble.
Thank you very much, Miss Anais. So we're going on a little break. We'll be back very soon. Don't go away. See you soon. Bonjour, Kombonanga ezali Angelique. Nazali présentatrice na kati ya Sepela TV, ya émission ya Voice of Reason. Na ngala ezali mungongo ya Tina. Lelo na memeli bino de promotion. Pona bino ba papa, na ba mama, na bana. Sepela TV ezoyela bino na 70 livres. Bwana okozwa 1 mois abonnement ofele. Soko lingi ozwa 9 mois. Wana ezoya na 155 livres. Wana ozwi 9 mois ofele. Talandengo lingi okofute lokote. Wana souci longola. Après 9 mois, ou un mois, wana 15 livres par mois, wana 10 na 5. Ba chaîne lingolingi congolais, français, ba chaîne pour na ba papa, ba sport, tennis, basketball, pour na bana peto bo sanité, ba chaîne nyonso ya ba dessin animé pour na bana batala. Soko lingo so ma box na yo, lelo, dena zolo ba lelo, papa, mama, numéro zo le ka wana si, appelez-nous. Tokozala wana pour na copier so box na yo, c'est là. Welcome all back to your one and only show, Voice of Reason. I'm your presenter, Angelique. And today on our show, we just received a very good guest by the name of Miss Anais, a visionaire of She's Virtuous. So before we went on the break, we were just getting a little bit of intro information of who is Miss Anais. How did the She's Virtuous started? Back to Miss Anais. Hi.
Hey.
So, before early on, we was talking about She's Virtuous, how it began, what connects you guys, what makes you guys to be these women that we see.
Yeah.
So, how can I say it? It's really touching because we haven't seen many groups like this.
Okay.
Because we have heard of Voice of Splendid, we have heard of All Nation.
Wow.
Well, we don't know if there's other more groups, but She's Virtuous is quite common now. Everybody's talking about it.
Oh, really?
Yes, because everybody's been wondering, what's She's Virtuous about? They've seen the image of the girl, they've seen the logo, so they're like, what's this? What's this group? What's this new?
What's going on?
So many people do not know that you guys are all Congolese.
Oh, not all of us.
Not all?
Not all.
Tell us.
We just don't have Congolese, you know. It's not everyday.
Tell us more information.
We have Congolese, we have Nigerian, Ghanaian, we have Angolan, we have every background, and we welcome anybody, purple, green, orange, pink. So
it's not exaggerate right there.
Yeah, but we welcome everybody, you know. Yeah. It's just not about the Congolese. We just don't stop it there, just the Congolese. We are everywhere with everybody, so that's what we are.
So, when a person approach you, let's say for the young people, they approach you, how would you deal? How would you communicate with them? How would you go with a procedure with them?
It depends on what you mean by procedure.
So let's say for an instance, I am a young person.
Okay.
I've been raped, I've been molested, and I come to you and I begin to open up to you. Do I have to, how can I say it? You know, some people, they have to book them in first.
Yeah.
Or do they contact you just on the phone and begin to speak to you, or do you rather speak to me face to face?
I mean, it depends on what the person's going through. Like you gave an example of the person being raped and etc. There are different levels. One thing I've learned with ministry is that there are different levels with what people go through. So what we do is, because there's 3 of us that work together, we are able to, you know, I'm able to send some people to Sister Samantha, to Sister Grace, or to myself. But when somebody wants to get in contact with us, some people message us through Facebook or Instagram, or they use our prayer line number to contact us. And when they contact us, we speak to them. We just don't like to rush people and say, like, open up, tell me your business, I want to know about your whole life story. You know, like, Angel, come on, tell me, write a whole essay about yourself, 3,000 words. No, we're not after that. All we want is that, listen, just understand you have someone to listen to you, so it's okay. If the person wants to open up, glory to God. If they don't, then glory to God, but we're still there to support.
So do you build that friendship with them, like that step by step with them? Because you know there's some people, they don't open up easily, but they want help. But you will see there will be that consistency of them just contacting you. Hi, Sister Anais, how are you? How's everything? Or they will say hi. So do you guys take that time with them? What is your procedure? Like, what is it? Do you just let them...
So the process of speaking to them?
Yeah.
Well, I must say, me and the team, the girls, we are well trained when it comes to speaking to people.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's even a course that I would love all of us to even undergo, which is about how to speak to people and communicate with people. Because as much as it's just ministry, we also have to bear in mind that the professional side of how you speak to people, how you communicate, is very, very important. So when it comes to communicating with other people, we are definitely, what I would say, that when you approach us, we are very warm. That's the first thing. We are very, very warm. So we're not going to cringe on you or like, oh, I don't want to speak to you. But we're very warm people. So when you approach us, you just definitely just feel the love and just be welcomed. And then we take it from there. You
mentioned this very important experience of specialists.
Yeah.
So have you all been trained to specialize in this? Because what you guys are doing is more of a mediation, counseling, therapist with these people.
Of course.
Do you guys have that training?
I mean, we have one, Sister Grace.
Yes.
She is an undergraduate doing a psychology course.
Yes.
Which obviously undergoes this. I myself, I'm a student as well in health and social care. With health and social care, it covers these kind of things as well.
Yeah.
And Sister Samantha is a professional nurse.
Yes.
So we all have professions behind us, and that
so it gives you the knowledge.
So it gives us the knowledge of mental illness. It gives us the knowledge of confidentiality. I mean, one of the things as well that we do is when we speak to people and they come, like we said before, whether rape or situation, we always take their emails, their contacts, and we email them about our confidentiality. To make sure that, listen, when you speak to us, it will stay between us. But remember, if it's dangerous and we need to contact higher authorities than us, like contact the social services or the police, then we will have to, because we are a registered organization. So if anything went wrong with somebody, we could also get the blame for it. So therefore, we also do undergo procedures, that is ministry procedures and policies. But we also have, the government, that we also have to follow their policies as well.
That's very good, because there's many people, especially in the Congolese community, there's always that rumor of, there's always that somebody's talking about songy gossip.
Of course.
Because many young people in the church, as I speak right now, they are suffering in silence because they do not have nobody to speak to. And they just want that person that they can open to, and they know that it's safe. They know that, because some of them have difficulty of communicating with their parents. So you guys really offer that secure and confidentiality to help them.
Yes, we do.
That is very good. And also those are watching, as you heard Miss Anaïs said, that they work with specialist people that will help. So if you have depression, you have, what else can we mention in this?
I mean, there's depression, there's young girls that just need someone to talk to. Young girls that their mothers, some moms we hear we have a mother who heard about us, and she sent her daughter to us as well, just to help the daughter with to go back in line, to understand more about God, just to have godly sisters. I mean, there's also there's different. I wouldn't just narrow it down to just mental illness and rape.
Are you also attacking spiritual as well?
We the spiritual side as well, we do it, and so that's what I said, let's not just narrow it down to just being rape and mental illness, because then we're just focusing on that, whereas young women are suffering with a broad things, a lot of things, so it can be from church, can be from home. Let's say for instance, some girls, they find it difficult to communicate with their parents, and they just need somebody to be in the middle, to be like, okay mom, I want to talk to you but I'm struggling, so Sister Grace, Sister Samantha, can you please just help me? And we can come in and just be like, okay mom, your daughter's going through this and she just wants to talk to you, can you just listen to her? So we also do that. So it's just not about just us praying in the spiritual side, it's also trying to help the physical, because if we can't help the physical and the person physically is not happy, then the spiritual will just so let's just not focus only just on the spiritual side, but also the physical.
Yes, that's very good. So are there age limits? Is it only from, let's say, 16 and over, or is it from any age they can approach you guys?
I mean, from any age, any young girl can approach us. There's no limits to who we help in the things of God. But people who are under 18, there's another policy for them, because when someone's under 18, the parents at least need to be aware that they're in contact with us. We just don't want it to be like, my daughter is going out clubbing, but they're using us to say that I'm going to be speaking to Sister Anaïs or being with Sister Grace. No. So when someone who's under 18 approaches us, we make sure that we need to have one of your parents' contacts. We need to have somebody who's over 18 in your family to let them know that you speak to us, you're in contact with us, and if you want to pray with us, your parent has to know, and they have to give the consent that you pray with us. Because, we can't just, maybe the mother may be upset.
But that would not be for 18 and over. That would just be for the
just under 18s. 18 and over, obviously they're old enough to make their choices, and that is a different policy with them, a different procedure. But with people who are under 18, then we take it very serious because they're under parental consent. So we have to always make sure the parents are aware.
So how long has She's Virtuous been running?
She's Virtuous been running for 2 years altogether. Yeah, 2 years altogether we've been running.
Wow. So how many students or how many young people have come to you and you've helped?
So far we have 2 very, very good success stories, 2 amazing success stories. I mean, I personally take my time, and the girls, we take our time to mentor girls, to coach them, to pray with them. We're just not there to say, okay, let's pray with you, be gone, you know. Yeah. So we pray with you, we help you, we support you, we motivate you to go back into education. Yes. What we do, pray, education, definitely. When you're underage, respect your parents at home, be good with your parents. So all of that plays a part in it, you know. So we have 2 amazing success stories. Sister Samantha is one of our success stories. Yes. And hopefully one day, I pray that if she's able to come, that she'll be able to speak for herself. We have Sister Grace, who's another amazing success story. I'm a success story myself, part of She's Virtues. So we have success stories, but others I can't speak of, not yet, because we haven't finished off. But we have good testimonies from it. Yeah. Wow,
that's very good. It's very good to see a young person. I'm sure like the adult right now are seeing like this young girl, she's speaking a lot of wisdom, a lot of experience. It seems like you're already equipped, you're already there, like you're already set, and you're surrounded with people that are really investing in you, and it shows that they've invested in you for you to get to where you are.
Yeah, we invest in each other, we pour into each other. That's what it is, isn't it? When you have a women's ministry or anything that involves women, it's all about working together, pushing each other. Yeah, sisterhood, motivating one another. It's just not about, oh, she wore black shoes, I want to go get the same shoes as her. She got her hair done, I'm jealous, I wanted that. No,
it's not about back chatting.
It's not about back chatting. No back chatting here. It's all about chatting together, getting along,
to get to know as well.
We are a team. I mean, there's been times let's say one sister will say, I want to drop out uni. I'm like, you're not dropping out uni. We need graduates of She's Virtues. We need women that are standing out and just, you know, they're prayerful women. They're women full of wisdom, women full of knowledge, but women also that come out with a degree and say, I did it, I'm working hard, and I'm staying it in prayer, and I've overcome it.
So would I say I'm She's Virtuous? So let's just put it, I'm She's Virtuous. I finished, went back, finished, and now I'm going back again.
Definitely.
So
yeah,
I'm She's Virtuous, just to let you guys know now.
Of course.
So when let's say for example now, the procedure of the person, you already spoke how the person comes to you. Yeah. So how long do you give the person? Are there a time limit of you investing in the person, working with the person, or is it there's no time limit?
There's no time limit. The time limit is unpredictable. We cannot say that we should put a time limit or a cap to how much you help somebody, but it depends on the person's willingness. I cannot help you if you don't want to help yourself. That's the thing. It's not about just making you lazy and say, I'm going to do everything for you, I'm just going to pray for you. No, it's about us working together. We're not about I'm working for you or you become under me. No, it's about we are working together, we are a team, we are praying together. So as we are working together, you also need to, you know, the whole purpose of it is that what we love is how people's mindset changed to I can do it, to somebody I can't do it, it was impossible, to somebody who's now, do you know what, I have a God of possibilities. I have a God who's able. I have a God who can stand up for me. I have a God who does things when he wants to do it. So that's the kind of mindset we like to pour into our girls. That's the mindset we want to push into them. That listen, you're just not doing it on your own. We are here to support you, but you're not allowed to be lazy. You have to stand up now. You can do it. You have our backup, but stand now on your feet and keep pushing as well.
So that's motivating them to go in life, you know, build up yourself, your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and also spiritually to grow into Christ. Well. So would you say you guys are church-based, church-related, or is it just a single organization that just work in their own department? Let's just say that.
We are not a church That's what it is. We are not a church. A lot of people think ministries are a church.
Yes.
Ministries are not a church. We help people we help young girls also who are in church, and they need to, to encourage them to go back into church and start serving God again and doing this in church. But we are not a church. We are an organization. We are a ministry that is supporting young girls, that are we're bringing back Christ into young women, pouring back Christ into young women, teaching them about God and also about life. But we are not a church.
So if right now there's somebody who has experience in these departments, but they've been a victim, they've overcome it, and they would like to also participate in your organization, what do they need to do?
I mean, it's simple. Just contact us and we go from there.
Are there no procedure for that, or something they should be aware of or prepared for it?
No, they just have to contact us and they find out. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss Anais.
Can
you just give a detail of how people can contact you? Facebook, phone number, you go for it.
Oh, I didn't give my phone number. I mean, if you want to contact us, you can contact us by Facebook, She's Virtuous, and Instagram at She's Virtuous _, and you'll see our logo, which I believe was on the show here, and just contact us through there, and then just message us. We're always available. We always have someone that's available to message back, to reply back, or to even call you back. So just let us know what you need, and we're there for you. We're there to serve you.
Thank you so much to our viewers for tuning in today. Thank you for taking your time to watch your show. Thank you for the supporters. Thank you for mothers and fathers, young people that are watching us right now. As you can see, the Voice of Reason is there to encourage, to show that there are young people within the community that are doing things that you would not imagine. There are young people who they need motivation, they need encouragement, and there are young people here like Anais, She's Virtuous, is there to help and support the young people. So if you are a young person right now, and as you're watching and you're going through some difficulty, you're going through these little, let's say, depression, low self-esteem, Anais, She's Virtuous is there for you. So contact them there. If anyone else wants to approach, I'm always there. So we'll see you again till next time. Thank you once more. Bye-bye.